Hi folks, and welcome back. This is like what, part 7 I think now, isn't it? Yeah, getting on. Anyway, what I've done here, what I've done here, the only 4-ohm, well 2-ohm speaker I can find. The only 2-ohm speaker I can find is this one here out of that scrap TR82. And the cone's damaged, so what I've done, hopefully just as a temporary measure, I'm going to fit this, but what I've done, I've put some super glue on to repair the cone. Hopefully that'll do the job. And this is only a temporary measure. I do plan on finding the correct speaker or one of a similar value that will do the job. So what I'm going to do in this video, folks, I'm going to put, what we're going to do here, we're going to rewire the stuff that in here that doesn't even belong in here. There's the chassis screws, or 2 of them. Don't know where the other 2 went, they're here somewhere. Right, so what we need to, oh there's the other one. There should be another one somewhere, don't know where that's gone, turn up. There's somebody's around me Dynatron. Right. What we need to do is, what we're going to do, we're going to put the external speaker socket back in. I'm not sure if that's one of the screws for it, don't think it is. Not sure what that screw's for, it's out of this, that's for sure. Anyway, what I'm going to do, what we're going to do today, we're going to put the external speaker socket back in and find some screws that fit the damn thing. Put my glasses on. Find some screws that fit it. That goes all the way through, it doesn't fit it now. And they're actually slotted head screws. Well, that fits, but not slotted head. But that doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, folks, that doesn't fucking matter. As long as the fucking thing's screwed in, it ain't gonna fucking fall out. Do you know? I just don't give a fuck. Anyway, we've got one slotted head screw there, but the problem with that one is it's jammed in. Can't get this fucker out. But do I really need to get it out? I mean, that's really stiff, that's in there. I mean, I don't know why, but that one doesn't want to come out. It is going to come out. It is going to come out. There we go. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my little tool and find something that I can use to slightly enlarge the hole. Screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver will do it. Slightly reamer the hole. Now let's put the screw back in. There we go, you see. Just it was a bit tight, and we'll do this side. Right, so we'll find another slot head to go in there, but for now we've got that sorted, got that covered. So let's remove these screws a minute. That's a chassis washer, put that back in there. These are all manner of different speaker nuts and bolts and stuff, so we'll put them there because we're going to need some of those. We don't need those. No, we don't need those, do we? That's a flathead, but it's the wrong type. So we've got the flathead to go back in, and so basically what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put new wires on here so that I can wire up this external speaker socket. Now this shouldn't be too difficult. Right, and we'll start with, I didn't solder this on because I knew it would have to come off, and find myself some coloured wire. Man, I don't need any coloured wire, do I? I can actually use this. But what I'll do just do it properly. We just need a length of wire to go from, just have a look at the manual and have a look how they fucking routed the wires for the external speaker on the circuit. Now they've done it on the ground. Sorry, on the positive. That goes to ground there. So the ground wire from the speaker isn't broken by the switch. The ground wire doesn't get broken. And that disconnects. How that disconnects, I don't fucking know. But that disconnects. That's weird. There's a piece missing off this, to be honest. Yeah. Be back in a minute, folks. Right, what I've done, I've wired everything back up as it should be. The external speaker socket's now back on, and basically once the original speaker goes back in, the wire will be long enough. We'll put the speaker there. Whoops. Let's put. I can only hold it in with one nut because, unfortunately, it's not the right speaker. But I need a speaker in it, and I don't want to keep putting it on putting a bench speaker on it because it just gets in the way, and you end up with wires coming off and all sorts of shite. So I'm just going to put this in here. I'm only doing it hand tight because it's going to be coming out again anyway. It's not going to be staying in there. Right, that will do for now, and it all reaches. There we go. We'll put the screws in it now, and then we can test the radio. To make sure that the speaker does fucking work. I had trouble getting this fucking screw out, if you recall. But no such trouble getting it back in. I'm going to use one of these going to put one of these Phillips screws, one of these Phillips self tappers in for there, and I'm not pressing down on the top yet because the finish isn't quite as hard as I would like it to be. There we go. Now I'll just tighten that one, another turn. There we go, all done. Now let's shift all the tools and anything else that can cause something to go bang when it's pressed against it. Now, see, I don't have to worry now about having the external speaker on the bench. I don't like having an external speaker on the bench unless I've absolutely got no choice. I'd rather have the speaker in the system, the unit. Right, so we're clean there, we've got nothing on there now, we're alright. So we'll pull the chassis back so I can get to the controls. Right, look at that, that's all nice and neat in there now, folks. Yep, we're all nice and neat in there now. So if I plug the chassis back in, make sure we're on AM because AM, medium wave. While it's warming up I can, there we go. See, that speaker's only there temporary. I'm going to look out for the correct speaker, but now disconnect that, it works, look.
Must have had fun auditioning people, I bet. Well, you know, fortunately we didn't audition many people, man. It was, you know, we thought about, you know, we thought like, you know, we really need to think about the future. Like, you know, one of the things I think that was important for me.
Audio stage is working really well.
Is not only what we've done in the past, but what we're doing in the future. You know, legacy. You know, of course, I want to represent Prince music, and you know, play this music is therapeutic for the fans. It's therapeutic.
Right.
But you know, there's
right. Well, that's working now. The FM needs work on it, but I'll come back to that later because I want to have a quick bite to eat because I'm a bit hungry, folks. So we've got a speaker in there. It's not the original, but it'll do. It's the right impedance. We're getting plenty of volume from it now. So we're getting plenty of volume. We're getting plenty of stations. I'm not going around the AM band looking for stations. We get plenty of stations. It does work. The FM is a bit crappy, as we know. That needs to be looked into. But I don't think... I will do a recap in the module, but I don't think it's the module. Because, well, I know it's not the module, the FM front end. But I know there's nothing wrong with this. Because before I gave Lawrence's radio back, I tested this FM front end. And this FM front end is working perfectly. So I know this is okay. So I don't have to worry too much. So you know, that's where we're up to with that. So the problem is somewhere as it comes up this wire. So I'm going to have a look at what I'm going to basically look at the circuit and find out where that wire goes and look around there. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do a full recap. I can't do it. Well, I will, but I can't do any more on it yet anyway because I've run out of 0.1. Is it 0.01 capacitors? Yeah, I've run out of those. I put the last couple earlier on in the audio stage, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a sneak preview of what it's going to look, what the front looks like, with the chassis and everything in. Let me just find a screwdriver to get that knob off. So unplug it first. Find a screwdriver to get a small screwdriver to get that knob off. Let's put my super glue back in the drawer. I actually used super glue to repair the speaker, and I don't know how effective that's going to be in the long term, but it's not going to be in there in the long term, so it doesn't really bloody matter. But what I want to do as well, I want to sort of like tidy this lot up as well. Maybe put a cable tie on there or something other than. There's a screwdriver. Now let's just take this knob off because it's. Can I get to the fuck? Where's the fucking hole in the knob, dog? Right. Where the fuck's the fucking hole in? Where the fucking hell's the hole in? The knob, there's a fucking hole in. Oh, there it is. Take that off. Right, I've got another screw to put in here as well. And I think this is a bit loose as well. No. I had to make a new slug for there, folks. I broke the fucking tuning slug. Or the core to give its proper name. So what we'll do is slide the chassis into the cabinet. Make sure we're not trapping any wires. Oh, look at my nice neat wiring, folks. Let's turn the radio round. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go the whole log. I'm going to give you a look at what it's going to look like with all the knobs on. I'm going to chuck all the knobs on it for the hell of it. Right, because I want to see what it looks like with everything on as well. I've got to put a new power lead on it yet, so we need to. Oh, hang on. I'll tell you what, put them on. I've got to put those drivers in the drive cord because otherwise when we try tuning round, because we are going to have a listen to it because the FM's faulty but the AM's working, so I'm getting that in there. Getting them in there is a real fucking nightmare. I remember when I did Lawrence's. You've got to have them lined up and then just drop them in. Oh fucking, I hate that when you get the top in and the fucking bottom comes out. There we go. One in. Now the next one, if I can fucking see past that fucking smoother. Let's move that to the end there. And the problem is you've got a big fucking smoother, fucking got a big capacitor there. you cannot fucking see past. Let's see if we can get on an angle. Oh, we were in then, it just popped out. Oh, I've lifted that one out. I'll tell you what, we'll get this one in first. Bring that where it needs to be. We'll get that one in first because that's the hardest. Basically just push it against there. Let it drop down. Oh, you fucker. You don't fucking like going in. You bastard. I know what I'll do. Let's try gripping it with the pliers. So you got to be careful where you put your fingers, because not because you get a shock, you could I suppose, but so you can see what you're doing. Now hold that with the pliers. Drop that into. You couldn't. Bring this further. There we go. It's a fucking difficult one to do, that one, because of its predicament. Because of where it is, really. Just when you think you've got it, you fucking haven't. Right. You have to get the top in and slide the whole fucking lot down. Like that. That's in. Takes some fucking doing, but it's in. And I think that one's just dropped back in on its own. Well, that was a bonus. There we go. Right. Well, we're catching on there now. Do them wires. Nothing. We're not catching on anything, so I don't understand why. Right, let's put the knobs on. Why is that not fucking going on? I don't want to force it. Get out. I don't want to force it. It's the right one. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to, oops. Put a bit of polish on it, try and lube it up a bit. There we go. That's catching somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, hang on. Let's just wind this out. No, it's right. Right in there. Oh. Make sure the valves are straight. So no wires touching. There we go. Right. So we'll start with. See if we can get the next knob on without having to fucking fuck about. Right, and that's. Yeah, that was slipped in. Just a tuner that didn't want to go on. I don't know why. Tone. The tone knob's a bit stiff. That's gone on. Just a fucking tuner. And that's that in the middle. Right. This is a sneak preview. Ignore this here because that's where the fucking speaker is, as you all know. Let's get the lead untangled from the bottom. And get an aerial in it. Put it on AM. Are you ready for this, folks? This is a sneak preview. We're not working on properly on the FM yet, but we're. Are you ready? Here it goes. Oh, look how bright them dial lights are. Wow. Wow, that looks really good. I'll turn the big light off once it's warmed up and we're tuned to a station and we can have a full look at the full effect. Look how bright them dial lamps are. That's because I've cleaned all the back. Ooh. Well, there's plenty in that gram input anyway. Why are we getting nothing on the fucking AM? Oh, there we are.
upper hand after the opening day of England at Edgbaston. After a promising start, England's cricketers lost 6 wickets for 67 runs to reach 285 for 9. It all went swiftly downhill though at the start of the evening session after captain Joe Root was run out for 80. Keaton Jennings isn't worried though.
I suppose that's pretty good as well. It's down to human error.
The volume control is the same as Lawrence's. I've cleaned it and it's still the same.
I mean, there was a fair bit of movement early on this morning and throughout the sort of...
They're catching somewhere.
Comes to that spot, land the ball in the right area.
The FA is considering putting England forward as a potential host for the...
Long wave, get fuck all on there.
Shabnam Yunus-Jewel has more. After many years of disappointment, Southgate...
Also, that potential.
So you were sticking.
20, calling him...
To miss contracts, and you can get back thousands in paid fees if your contract
Right,
is with cost.
let's put the FM aerial and have a look at the FM. There should be an FM aerial here somewhere. Yeah, it does. It comes with a built-in aerial. Not that it's going to do much good, but we'll try it. Where's my glasses so I can find the hole? Well, I'll tell you what, if it had hairs round it, I wouldn't need glasses, would I? Oh. Anyway. Nothing. That's catching, I don't know why. We're getting FM, but we're not getting... Let's try it with the external aerial. We're getting FM, but we're not getting it as good as we should. It's really rubbish. So if I put the FM aerial there, the external one, take that out, that's a waste of fucking space, that thing. There we go, let's try that. So there's your problem. And that's what's wrong with it.
Live festival in Portugal, Snow Patrol. Their set, you can hear that tonight from 9 o'clock on Absolute Radio. Stay with us, Kasabian coming up, and next, the House Martins.
Early breakfast on Absolute Radio.
With weeks. Like her place, who clearly wasn't proficient enough or efficient enough to be.
I don't know why that sticks there. I'm going to have a look into that actually. Right, well you've seen it working, folks, and I've just got to sort the FM out on it, and right, well we'll call this part 7, and part 8 we'll see it all working once the FM's done. But doesn't it look good with, doesn't she look good with her knobs on, eh? Everything looks right, and I'd have liked to have finished the cabinet off a bit better, but hey folks, it's better than what it was. You know, it's a lot better than what it was. But I want to look into why these tuning, why the tuning dial makes that noise and why it sticks. Anyway, folks, I'll let you know as to what that is when I find it. I'll catch you later. Bye for now. Folks, just to add on to the end here of part 7. I had the sticky tuning dial, as you know. I've took the original knobs back off now. We've heard it playing on AM, we've got to sort the FM out, we know that anyway. Basically, the reason why the tuner was sticking is because I had the chassis too far forward. And now I've just moved the chassis back slightly. There we go, look at that. Don't worry about that clicking, that's the FM tuner. Because I had to make a new slug for it, and it's a little bit on the slack side. But if I move this slightly back slightly so it's even, might not even been that. Now we're at the end there, so we'll come back. Yeah, that's the FM tuner, that, because you can. Yeah, because if I put my hand on it there, see, we're all the way back. Let's move that forward a bit so I don't scrape the. There we go. If I just put my hand there on the top of the. See what I mean? That's just the FM tuner, you can feel it coming up. But because the there, see, doesn't do it when I hold it, but the minute I don't hold it, it'll go back. Watch it not fucking do it now. There, see, you hear that then, and then that's just the FM tuner. But that'll do for now. Right, so you've heard it playing on AM, you've seen the dial light done, the dial light look lovely. And, you know, I'll take this knob back off because I've got to get the chassis back out again. Would help, come on. Tighten that down a bit so I don't lose the grub screw. That's it. Right, put the original knobs back in the drawer. Well, put the drawer with the knobs in back in the parts tray. Right, and basically the cabinet's as good as I'm ever going to get it. It's not bad. I'm happy. The chassis, I've got to replace all I've got to do on the chassis is replace the power cable, put a new speaker in it when I get one. My towel needs straightening up. Put a new speaker in it when I get one. Oh, let's just not forget I pulled 2 valves out. Let's disconnect actually before I do that. Let me just get the. Let's pull this out and get hung up these 2 drive things from here because I've got to have the chassis out to work on the FM. So we'll pop the valves back in a minute. We'll just lift these drive dial drivers out. There we go. Just lift the dial drivers out with the pliers. There we go. And that's, the chassis can be pulled back out now. Let's put the valves back in. There's no voltage selector on this, folks. There used to be, there isn't now because it was smashed. So it was damaged, so I never bothered putting it in. And it's never going to see any more than 240 volts, so I say at the 240 volt and 250 volt tap. It's never going to see any more than that, so it doesn't really matter. Now what's making the noise when I tune it is this here. That's slightly out of, all this is slightly out of a line. It all needs, this needs for putting back in a line as it should be, and there's marks where the screws have been tightened before, so I can do all that. But time for another cup of coffee and a butty. I think I'm hungry. Anyway, that's all there is for it now, folks. I'm doing nothing more. Just tack this on to the end. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. And as I say, more to come later. Join me in part 8, when hopefully we'll have the FM working. And that is no use nor ornament. I might even put a small FM telescopic aerial on the back. You're all probably thinking, no, that's sacrilege. But the point is, it'll do a better job than that ever did. So, you know, I might be looking at that possibility. But putting it through one of the grill holes on the back, because I've got the back for this, and the back, when I got it, the back cover was the nicest part of the old radio. But we've come a long way with this. I mean, it's started off, as you've seen, started off as a piece of shit. It started off as a donor to sort Lawrence's out, and turned out, what a sharp nail, turned out it wasn't needed as such, because I thought the output transformer was faulty, but it wasn't, and that's why I ordered that in. But it turned out to be the capacitors I ordered. They sent me the wrong values, the thick bastards. Anyway, well, they sent me the right values. They had the right number on, but they were the wrong value when you measured the bloody things. And the radio on FM was very unstable, as you know, so it didn't like it. I only found that out when I put the same components in here, in this chassis, and this went unstable, and I thought, so that's when I found out. Anyway, but we live and learn, folks. We live and learn, and you know, I've got a, what do you call it, that I can tie this to, can clamp them down into. Once we're done, I'm going to let my dog out because he's whinging. He's there. Should we see if we can see him? Should we see if we can see little Scraps? Hello, little fella. Let's zoom out. Let's see if we can see you. I don't think we will, because you're only small. I don't know where the remote is now for the where's the remote for the pan and tilt? There it is. I don't think we'll be able to see you, little fella. No, come here. Yours just sniffing around to see if I've dropped any food. Well, I haven't eaten anything yet. Come on. Come on. No, we can't see him, he's too small. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to sort you out now. Right. Thanks for watching, folks, and more to come later. Bye for now.